Good morning. I'm gonna be doing something a little bit weird today to some of you. I've on my Instagram account, I follow a guy that's his handle is called Dirt Junkie. I can't remember if there's anything else to it or not. I'll look for the second part to make sure. But anyway, I'm not for sure where he's actually at, but he has done a trap dip in Zep floor polish. So Zep high traffic floor polish. He's done his homework on it. He's done the material data sheet, and I have to deal a lot in stuff like that in my job. But it's the same material data as what's in Full Metal Jacket. I cannot personally compare it to Full Metal Jacket because I have never used it. He keeps posting all these catches of coyotes with this Zep floor polish dip. And I said, hey, if it works for one, why won't it work for another? So we're going to take about 6 traps, and I'll get them in just a second. And I'm going to dip them in this Zep floor polish, these 6 traps. And we should be able to set them out. One place I really want to set them, I can't do it till the day after deer season here in Georgia. And I think that ends Sunday at dusk. It's getting to be dark later here, so it'll be about Sunday at 6 p.m., maybe 6:15. I'll be glad to see these days get longer and longer and longer because I hate a short day. I really don't like winter at all. My favorite place to spend winter is in South Florida at a power plant right on the coast. But that's a different story. But I'm going to get this stuff and we'll get it set up and I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, so we got our traps here. I've got an arrangement of anywhere from Duke to Minnesota trap brand, the MB550, to Bridger number 2 and Bridger number 3s. Personally, I like the Bridger number 2 better. The Dukes does good. Problem with Dukes is you have the swivel set to the side. You don't have it set in the center. I really like that center set a lot better. But right here, you can see I have my Zep high traffic floor polish. And I have a bunch more of the traps, but we're just gonna try 6 traps. And we're gonna see how it does. And as with anything, I'm gonna take you step by step with this stuff. And if I mess up, hey, you're gonna know not to do it. But we're gonna try it. You don't know if you don't try it. High traffic floor polish. Pouring it right into this bucket. Let me dump this bucket out. It's got a few leaves in it. It's gonna have more than that in it when I'm done. All right, this bucket's brand new. The milky substance looks like. A 2-gallon bucket, and I got a gallon of solution here. And put it in, and I'll let it set for a little bit. I'm gonna slosh it around, get it good and coated. That cable, I run a lot of cables on my stuff because a lot of times here in Georgia you got wet, soupy ground and you're trapping close to a tree line. If I'm not, I do have the wolf fang stakes, and I really like my wolf fangs. Now they do a good job. Let's pull it out. We can get it to come out, which it should. The stick don't break. Got on a big heavy jacket, too much, almost. There we have it. Trap number 1 is out. So I'm gonna set this right here in that crate full of leaves, everything be natural. Gonna let it dry. And I'm gonna do the rest of these traps, and I'll get back with you in just a little bit. All right, there's 6 traps that have been dipped in the Zep high traffic floor polish. Now then, as I said before, and I had to go back and look his name up, which I just did, it's Dirt Junkie 13. He's on Instagram. He has some very, very neat stuff. If you get a chance to give him a follow or a like, do it. He has some neat stuff. And he actually posts Zep floor polish on his stuff that he catches with. And he did a comparison of Full Metal Jacket, which is Keith Locklear's, not Keith Locklear, that's a friend of mine, Clint Locklear in Tennessee, with some of his product. I'm not going to say it works because I've never used it. I believe Clint's stuff works very, very well. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've never tried it personally. I've been wanting to, but he's always been sold out whenever I was trying to get it, which is a good thing for him, which means his stuff is in demand and it works. So this stuff right here, this is just something that I seen, and I said, well, it's worth a try. And that's what I'm going to bring you. This is live, uncut, raw footage of this stuff, and there'll be a part 2, because I'm going to dip them again. The man said he dipped them twice, so I will dip these twice later on today. And I'll hang them up tonight outside, and they'll dry. And we'll see, can we go set them tomorrow sometime? If you're skeptical of this, don't know if it'll work or not, trust me, I'm in the same boat as you, Jack. So only way to do it is try it and find out. If it works, it works. If it don't, well, what's the worst that you got to do? Clean them, prep them again, and boil them, wax them, or boil them, dye them, and wax them again. I give it a shot. We'll try it out. These have been sitting on the back of my daddy's old truck for about a year, and because I just hadn't been able to get any set out. Been gone with the way I work. But we're gonna try it. We'll see what happens, and I'll take you along with me.